Today, we're gonna be hanging out with none other than the one and only BJ Armstead, Mr. Mentality, you feel me? And today, we're gonna be touching on more than mentality. We're gonna be talking about hopefully self-talk, purpose, motivation, adversity, psychology, belief, faith. We're gonna touch on it all. I got y'all today, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get a little bit in his head and how he prepares, what his framework is before events like this, and how he prepares himself to inspire other people, especially young athletes. So we're gonna see how this goes, 2026, we're gonna see how he kick off the year, and we're gonna kick it off with a banger, Why not start off with here? That's where it all starts. It really starts here, and then here, and then here. So we're gonna touch bases in here first, then we're gonna see how he prepares up here, and then we're gonna watch him present it. You feel me? We're gonna document it all the versatile way. You feel me? So I love y'all for supporting. I appreciate you for tapping in. Whoever's behind the screen right now, hopefully one message today, just one message resonates with you. And I'm gonna make sure that it does. We're gonna touch bases on the spirit, the mental, and the physical. And we're gonna get y'all right today, man. Versatile signing out.
So to bring up the spiritual realm, I went to the sneaker boutique earlier and I'm like, hey, let me get these off the rack. Dude at the front was like, hey, you gonna pay $450 for them? And I went tripping off of it, but I'm like, that is a lot of money though, $450.
Yeah, $450.
He got something in his hand though. I ain't see what it was at first.
Hold on, cause it's falling. It's under. It's upside down.
Probably need to do.
Try to use the magnet. The magnet is hella strong. I ain't gonna lie. So then they could just, cause you got to zip up. So even if you zip, place it probably like right here. Put the magnet on the other side.
Or should I put the mic on the inside?
No, I feel like you should keep
right
it
here.
like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we were there. I'm like, $450, a lot of money. So in his hand, he was like, man, and matter of fact, he had a Central Gwinnett shirt on, and I got an intern at Central Gwinnett right now working with the athletic teams. And he was like, man, I'm trying to sell these right here back to them. I said, for how much? He said 300. I'm like, 300. So I look at the guy. They didn't have my size, mind you. They had a 9 and a 10.
It was the same shoes?
It was all Gammas, all Gammas, bro. Never been touched, fresh out the box, all that. They had a 9 and a 10 at the boutique. I wanted a 9.5. The guy was like, I got 9.5 right here, right? Whoa. It's $300. I look at the guy at the counter, cause I'm like, hey, you about to lose you about to lose 150.
150, yeah.
Right? He like, take the deal. I'm like, bet. So I wound up getting the shoes and everything from him. Happened to be my frat brother and everything, football coach at Central Gwinnett. So when you talk about the spiritual realm, it's like certain things happen that we don't even catch. And on the way home, I was thinking like, man, if you listen long enough, man, the universe will talk to you. I'm telling you.
I feel like, I was just thinking about how like negativity in certain situations, and this it pertains to it in like a parallel way. Negativity in certain situations, in any situation really, can't produce any opportunity.
Of course.
Negativity negates opportunity.
Of course.
Because you have to have joy in order to like turn your perception of the outside world and see like opportunities that you really weren't thinking about when you were looking about like yourself, you know what I'm saying? So like, I really just been thinking about that, like how in any situation, even in adversity, there's growth to be made.
Absolutely.
There's things that you could make happen out of that situation to turn the impossible possible, but you gotta take the woe is me mindset off of yourself and look around and see, okay, how can I evolve out of this? How can I grow? So like you said, opportunities will just pop up out of nowhere in ways that you don't even really understand.
It's funny that you're saying that too, because the reason why I was so happy earlier, because I walked in with a certain energy.
Yeah.
Usually I'm more laid back, reserved, like I'm, mellow, all of that. I walked into the boutique with a sense of like happiness, joy and everything, pepping my step. And the reason why is because my former coach called me with an opportunity and everything, and to be in front of a lot of big people in some big places. And that just 7 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm going
he called you that early?
Yeah, man, because I texted him. And I'm the type to text you like, you already know, right? So I'm the type to text. I'm the type to text you early, right? And he called me after that and told me like, yo, I've been talking to some people that I want you to be with and everything, TV people and stuff like that. So I'm like, absolutely. So I'm happy from that. And that's why I walked in with that pep in my step. But I text people pretty early, so.
And I just want to appreciate you on camera for doing that, because I told you already, like you've had such an influence over the person that I'm becoming now. Like every day just having somebody who just in my corner, sending me something, even though it wasn't like, it's not like an entire paragraph. Those little seeds, you're planting a seed. And I want to talk about the one that you posted yesterday. Let me pull it up, because this was crazy, y'all. Like, this is what I mean by alignment. Like, It was crazy. Yesterday, 10:58.
Yeah.
Before anybody believes in your vision, you have to believe it for yourself.
Absolutely.
That was monumental for me. I feel
Because
like people don't take you serious unless you take yourself 100% serious. Because yes, I know what vision I have, and I know that God is in it with me. He's the one who gave me the vision. But I still felt like when I was talking to them, I was trying to prove myself. Like, y'all are high achievers. I'm ready to be in the big leagues, you know? But I should already know that within myself.
Of
I should
course.
handle myself that way. Because that night, I really had to sit with myself and think, like, why am I trying to prove myself to them? Like, I have to prove it to me first. You know, I have to prove it to me that I take myself serious. With consistency, with discipline, with how I approach adversity. Cause that's a form of adversity.
Absolutely.
You know, trying to build a partnership and it don't work out, but it's like, you have to believe it for yourself before anybody else even bet on you.
Yeah, Will Smith had a quote in an interview he did, which I thought was monumental, even though he probably didn't mean it to even be this way. It was something so simple, but so profound, and he said that the world is water. And so, as soon as you decide what you're gonna be, it's gonna get out your way, right? So when you decide who you're gonna be, your identity, like the world comes at you to help you be that. It responds to you in a certain way. People could not be as good at something, but let them tell it they're the greatest thing ever happened to it, and we start to look at them that way, right? For example, if, you know, an athlete, for example, believes he's a certain way, he starts to have his behavior that way because his thought process changes, and in his spirit, he starts to believe that. Before you know it, he becomes that because everything that he's doing now aligns with what he said he was, right?
It's an in and out
Life
process.
and death is in the power of the tongue, right? So it's like, whatever you say about yourself, you believe that, you know? So that's what it is.
So what moment in your life would you say you had to realize that to get to where you are now as a person who inspires others? You know what I'm saying? Where did that come?
17 years old.
What happened?
You know how your mom like get your bike, grab your bike collar and everything. Come on, didn't I tell you not? Yeah, man.
The wrap up.
The whole turn with the hand.
You feel me? The
You know what I mean? The whole open the jar thing, and then
yeah, facts.
So man, you know, at 17, I felt like God did that to me. You know what I'm saying? And 16 was pretty rough for me that whole year. And then 17 is when I started to learn who I actually was. You know, I got a lot closer with God, and I started to see things. It was crazy, bro. I started to see so many different things that people didn't see. Like they never knew it existed, but I'm looking at it now. Like I see it with different eyes on. Like you put them glasses on, it's hard for you to take them off. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that was the biggest thing, honestly. You know, praying, meditating, what I listened to was different. You know, what I watched was different. What I consumed was different. And that for me was like, when I knew, okay, I really am different. On top of that too, and I was talking to my dad about this the other day too, I've examined my life a lot in the past couple weeks. And I'm like, I've never been really in a position to where life really tested my chin for real. I have been in situations personal to me.
Right.
But in terms of like different things that people may go through, I haven't seen that. And my belief is that because it's the calling that I have in my life and the protection. I wasn't supposed to see, you know, going to jail. I never been to jail before.
Right.
I grew up around it.
Right.
Cousins done did. I never did that.
Right.
Drugs. I never did that before. I never had a yearning to do that.
Right.
But it's I literally, my mind has not been tuned to that, and it's always been on purpose, focus. And I haven't really understood that, but because to me it was normal. This was the way to go. You know, I never had the appetite of doing things that weren't in line with my purpose.
Right.
So
I feel the same way. That's crazy. I was just talking about it on my channel. I was even talking about it with my mom, like specifically that, how my whole life I've always wanted a story. I don't know why, maybe to like show people like, look what I've been through type of thing. But it's like, your story doesn't have to be that. It don't gotta be dragged through the mud. Like everybody has their own battles, you know? Like, it don't gotta be you went to jail or you got incarcerated.
Like, you gotta do that.
It don't have to. So, and I believe you, it's definitely the anointing and the purpose that God has you, because it's leading you down a path to impact a certain type of people.
Absolutely. And whoever God got for me to impact, that's on my impact. I always tell people that too. Like man, look, there's a certain group of people on this earth that I'm supposed to impact.
Right. And
I'm gonna do that. That's what God got for me. God got to reach them, and He just using me to do it.
Right, vessels.
I'm a vessel. That's literally all I am. My friends think I'm crazy because I always say I don't exist. They're like, what you mean you don't exist? I'm like, I'm just here to do what God tell me to do. That's it. You know what I mean? So When you talk about the spiritual realm, that's what it is, being a vessel.
Being a vessel. How do you, for people who feel like they struggle with surrendering control to a higher purpose, what advice would you give to them? Because I know we're at the point where it's like, you know, we're vessels, everything flows through me and give it up. Because that's really the only way to fully see yourself manifest is if you do that. What advice would you give to somebody?
Watch what you consume. Because if you're consuming the wrong energy, then you're gonna abide by that energy. You know what I'm saying? The wrong energy is a pure distraction.
That's how the enemy gets you.
That's how the enemy gets you.
That's how he gets you.
And it sounds so good. I know the music sounds good.
And you talking to me now, hold up.
I know that, you know what I mean? The food tastes good, or the video, the movie, or whatever, man. It's funny, I know. But man, it's a bigger meaning behind a lot of that stuff, and a lot of it doesn't align with the vision that God got for you. And if that's the case, then you gotta leave it alone.
And talk about it in Think and Grow Rich, and all of it. It's just transmutation. People gotta master that. I wanted to touch on, you said consumption, and that reminded me of like attention.
Of course.
I've been reading this book. Well, I just finished it on Christmas. Actually, New Year's Day. It's called Flow by Mihai Csikszentmihalyi.
I read it.
You read that? And he talks about how attention is your psychic energy, how it's very important where you direct it, because wherever your attention is directed, that's where you're mastered at.
Absolutely.
That's why the social media, people are addicted to your phones. It's taking your psychic energy, it's stealing your creativity. What would you have to say about people who are trying to master their control over their attention? I feel like that's a deep way of asking that question.
No, it's a great way of asking. It's a very effective way, because I think people don't understand their target. They don't understand. Listen, when you understand why you put on earth and you understand your target in life, life gets a lot more clear to you.
Facts.
I think the real problem is that, do we really understand why we're here? People meander through life because they have no purpose. You know, it saddens me when people don't understand why they're here, because that's how you find yourself on your phone for 4 hours out the day, straight scrolling, doom scrolling and everything.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to find purpose. You're trying to find something that fills up the mind.
The void.
The void. You're trying to fill the void.
Yeah.
Right? If you have that void and you know, okay, I know what I'm here for, how about I go put some hours in that? Right? And I don't care if you take some breaks when you're in the library reading on what your purpose is and take 5 minutes and scroll on Instagram. That's fine.
Yeah.
But get back to your purpose though.
Right.
So I think first it starts with understanding yourself and understanding your purpose, and then you get back to, back to your purpose at all times when you have that void and everything.
Yeah. I feel like people should let their purpose consume them.
Of course.
They're scared of that.
Of course. I was, so Eminem has a song called Lose Yourself, right?
I haven't heard that one, okay.
Lose Yourself, it's in the 8 Mile soundtrack that came out in 02. And let's see if I get this hook right. Lose yourself in the moment you own it, you better never let it go. You only got one shot, do not miss your chance to blow. Because opportunity comes once in a lifetime, you better lose yourself. Lose yourself, you read flow. When you're in flow state, you lose yourself in the current moment.
Go ahead, I'm gonna let you cook.
You lose yourself in the current moment, right?
Yep.
And that's really what makes greats great. It's not about everything outside of that. It's about the current moment, and can I pay attention to the detail? Can I lock into that, right, in this current moment? But flow is that though.
Yeah.
Flow is, I used to have soldiers meditate, and I had one young woman, she said, I asked her after she got done, I said, so did you feel like you were on top of the cloud? And she was like, nah, I felt like I was inside the cloud. I was like, that's exactly what we want. Exactly. So it is about being inside the cloud and being in flow state for sure.
Yeah, because I remember when I was reading, he was saying, I can even attest to this, when I'm editing, like it's literally like my mind, my entire mind is not controlled, but just surrounded by the realm of what I'm creating. And we were put down here to create, so like
you were in that world.
Yeah,
you were in that world, equivalent to if you had like a bunch of fields and every field had like a latch on it and it was gated, and you realize I can open this latch and go in this field in this world, or I can exit that world and go to another world. Yeah, you enter that world. So you lose yourself for sure.
That's another. I remember from our last talk, you were telling me like relationships. When you get into relationships with women, you're literally entering their world.
Absolutely.
And now, like as I'm like let that seed grow, I start to understand what you really meant by that.
Absolutely. You're like, entering her life, her world, her problems, her domain, her problems become your problems. Because if she doesn't come to you about it, now you're mad. It's like, why you come to me about it if you're gonna make me stress out? And then it's like, well, baby, why you ain't come to me about it? You know what I'm saying? It's like a catch-22. But that's real though. You're entering that world. And the last thing I say about that is this: it was in flow. When he said, you know, when a painter's in flow state, you can't tell the difference between him and the paintbrush.
Oh, that was
They were the one and the same, right? So
Yeah.
literally it consumes, you are that what you are doing when you're in flow. You
And-
literally lose yourself.
not to cut you off, but before I forget, he said like when painters are painting, there's two type of archetypes. There's one who starts with a vision in mind and they kind of box themselves into what it should look like. And if it doesn't, like they don't allow it to flow. But then there's one person who picks up the stencil, they make a mark, they wait, they observe, they see what it can look like. They keep painting, and then as they do it, the piece comes together itself. They allow the piece to create itself.
Absolutely.
I feel like that's what we should embody into our own lives. It's like, even when we face adversity, whatever may happen, because unexpected things happen.
Absolutely.
We have to figure out a way to just flow through it and allow the piece to create itself, because your life is already ordained.
Absolutely.
And when you purpose, like when you said your purpose, it should be something that consumes you. When you allow that to be the center of gravity in your life, even unexpected events shouldn't take you off of that, because you keep that in mind. That's consumed you. That should be the root of what you do.
Now here's how I'm gonna mess your head up. So I was thinking about this maybe a couple months ago. Everything you want is in the world of what your purpose is. Everything you want, and I'll tell you why.
Ooh, okay.
Whatever your wife is supposed to be, or whoever your wife is supposed to be, whatever car you're supposed to drive, whatever your kids are supposed to do, wherever you're supposed to live, if you are doing your purpose and your assignment on earth, all of that gonna come true. You ain't gotta worry about nothing, because you're doing exactly what God told you to do. You're doing the very thing that God put you on earth to do. So every single thing that's supposed to be in your life that you think you want, you're gonna get, because you're doing exactly the thing that you're supposed to do.
Now, I understand we're a little like experienced in this field, but for someone watching this who has no idea what their purpose is, how would you, and this is probably gonna be our last one.
You know, 310.
All right, this is my last question. How would you help them figure out, or at least become certain on what they were placed on this earth to be?
It's a great question. It's a great question. Look back at your life. The answers are there, right? So the experiences that you have, if everybody keep telling you, man, you got a great voice, but you don't think your voice is that good, you just got a regular voice. You gotta love your voice. I love your voice. You got a great voice. Why you not on the radio? Or why you not doing something in the social space?
Facts.
Like the universe will talk to you. You go back to experiences that you had in your life, right? And you understand, this is why I went through this. This is what I was supposed to be doing. What am I supposed to learn from this? It might be a situation where I went through this, it was really hard. How can I help somebody, right? Not go through that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right.
Right? So you look back at your life and all of the answers in your life. Like the world that's on the inside of you is a lot bigger and nicer to you than the world that's on the outside. You got to explore that though. The kingdom of God is where? Within you.
I just
Seek ye first where?
The kingdom of God.
Hello.
Come on.
Everything is already inside you.
Come on.
Everything is.
They call it in this book called Experiencing God, spiritual markers, and it's 310. But me personally, it's helped me out. Like, that's some of the greatest advice y'all will hear if you're really trying to discover what you're placed here for, because it's all throughout your life.
Absolutely.
And one last thing I'll say is talk to everyone as if you're talking to God.
Yeah.
Like with the same reverence, because they might not even know it, but God can use other people to speak to you as vessels, because we're really all vessels.
We are.
Like he just said, somebody might keep telling you, like, you have a great voice. Hey, I love your edits. I love your videos. You know what I'm saying? You're super inspirational. And you got a model physique. They might keep talking to you, bro, and that's God, bro. He's using them. So, hey, man, look back at your life. Mr. Mentality, BJ Armstead. You got something on you. Hold on. That's a little bug.
But yeah.
But, hey, we finna get ready to go into this motivational talk. Any last things you want to say?
Man, just keep doing what y'all doing, man, and, you know, just understand why you're here, man. It's all gonna work out. Do what you have to do now to do what you want to do later. Sacrifice.
Hey, and is there what's gonna be your like main message going into this? Like, what's your objective? What's your objective going into this?
Man, this is gonna be very emotional, very inspirational at the same time. I'm telling my story, as well as how others could benefit from their own story to keep pushing forward and continue winning, bring out the best version of themselves. So we're gonna make it happen.
Let's do it. Let's see it.
That was tough though. I never thought about that though. Like, talk to everybody as if you're talking to God. I never thought about that before.
No, I just like,
that's tough.
when you said that, it activated it in me.
That is
I think
tough.
my uncle told me that.